Hello YouTubers. Today I would like to make a short video about two things. Firstly, the linguistic situation in Iceland, and this is based on having been here for a couple of months now, and having been around the whole country on one trip entirely. And the second thing I want to talk about is just a couple of useful phrases that are used in shops, which is about the only time I seem to get any kind of decent Icelandic practice in. The reason for this, I must say, is that I'm an international student here. I'm an exchange student, so all of my lessons are in English. All of the interaction in class is in English. I might be able to understand some of the conversation, going on around me and going on in the class between the Icelanders. But that's about it. And all the people I met beforehand, before coming to Reykjavík, also aren't Icelanders. And I haven't really met any Icelanders who I've become like proper friends with yet here. So the only times I get to speak properly in Icelandic is in the shop, and sometimes I feel like milking that for all it's worth, and sometimes I just get lazy and just want to get out of the shop, like any old human being, really. So the first thing, linguistic situation on Iceland. I've sort of mentioned that already. Essentially, at the age range of, I would say about people below 45, 50 in age, who are living in Reykjavík. I would say a good 99% of those can speak at least basically fluent English, if not like to high fluency, especially young kids up to about 25, say. They seem to have the best English. They have basically perfect fluency when speaking, and the Icelandic accent is not something that kind of impedes them speaking. They have an th sound. They have basically all the sounds of English anyway. Once you're over that age, once you're over, say, about 44 or 50, then more people, I believe, know more of Danish. That's because back then, Danish was the number one language taught in schools, second language taught in schools, with English as kind of trailing behind. But now English has taken over, and most Icelanders, it seems, want to learn English more than they want to learn Danish. And a lot of Icelanders also have access to films, and films tend to be in English. But I had a girl tell me a couple of days ago that she didn't really pay any attention in her English classes, but she learnt all of her English from films up from a young age until now. So that's within Reykjavík. Outside of Reykjavík, it's it's a pretty different story. In the one trip that I went to, where we went around the country from Reykjavík, and then along the south, then up north to Akureyri, and then down. So it was a full circle around Route 1. A couple of nights we had to look for places to sleep, and in order to do this, I, being the only one who spoke much Icelandic, had to knock on people's doors, and they appreciated that I was struggling with the Icelandic, but did not understand if ever I needed to use any English, if ever I could forget, if ever I forgot words, then they would not understand the English at all. and these people were above 50, but not that much above 50. So I'd say from that little experience of the places outside of Reykjavik, or at least outside of the big cities, outside of Akureyri, outside of Reykjavik, outside of Ísafjörður, I'd say even, and Egilsstaðir, then most people only speak a little bit of English, at least in the older age range. So it's very, very, very useful to have some Icelandic, or just as good, some Danish, even perhaps, depending on the age range you're speaking to outside of Reykjavik. But within Reykjavik, you can live with just English. I'm planning to do a study for hopefully for my dissertation, which I'll be doing next year. I'm planning to do a study, probably starting from January, about migrants to Iceland. And one of the things with migrants to Iceland is that they have a choice. They have a choice of whether to learn Icelandic or to learn English. And I'm talking about migrants who are here as temporary workers for, say, 2, 3, 4 years, doing something like, construction work or in the fisheries industry or something. Now, if one has a choice between learning English, where everybody around you can speak really good English, and learning Icelandic, and you're here for the work, I don't blame most people for choosing to learn English, and that's part of the issue that I'm going to be that I intend to be studying for my dissertation. So yeah, so that's the linguistic situation here. If you're in Reykjavik, and you're speaking to anybody of the younger 2 generations, so most people, then English is going to get you very, very, very far. Outside of Reykjavik, then it is much, much more useful to have Icelandic, and with older people in general, it is useful to have Danish if you don't have Icelandic. Okay. Now the second thing I'm going to talk about was just phrases in shops. So okay, shop situation opens up. Walk up to the counter. The cassi is like the cashier desk, and maybe they will say, "Get ye aðstoða?" Can I help you? Literally, can I help? Or can I assist, maybe? And you'll go, "Já, takk," and hand them the items. Go so vel, go ahead, or here you go. And likely they will say, "Viltu poka?" which means, "Do you want a bag?" Poki is a bag, so "Viltu poka?" But they will most likely say it very, very fast, which is why it's very easy to just preempt such instances and go, "Já, takk," or "Já, takk, 2 poka." Yes, please, 2 bags. 3 poka, 4 poka. And I don't know. Then the exchange is done, and they will say they will say how much it is. 8,800. I think there's a words like, well, most of the time they will say just the number, or the number and krona, or the number and kalla. I think it is. I think it's kalla, like men. I'm not entirely sure, but I think it's a slang word for. I'm going to look it up now. I think it's a slang word for money. It's like, dosh, quid, whatever. Pounds. Pounds is non-slang, but quid slang. That sort of thing. And okay, what else? They might ask. Skiriki. skilríki, which is identification, ID, if you're buying alcohol, say. Ertu með smápening or smápeninga? Do you have small change? As in, I haven't got much small change. Do you have any small change to add to this, so that I can just give you a note back? The word smápeningur means like change. Basically small money. And you could you shouldn't need to ask, because here in Iceland, even something as little as like 300 kroner you can pay with a card. But you could say get ég borgað með korti? Can I pay with a card? And they will probably say yes. And I believe that is all. Phrases like takk sömuleiðis, thanks likewise, golden day and bless obviously come in handy there. But that's most of the vocabulary you'll need. Oh, also the word for receipt. There's a couple of words. I think there's a third word, but I can't really remember what it is. But one word is kvittun, and another word is miði. So viltu miðan? Do you want the ticket, literally? And the other word is viltu kvittun, which is the receipt. Do you want the receipt? And I think that's all. That's all I could come up with in my brainstorming session beforehand. Fortunately for me, the shop that I use is literally out of that window. And now, if you know Reykjavík at all, if you know downtown Reykjavík at all, you know exactly which flat is mine. It's the one with the lights on all the time. Okay, well, thank you for watching.